I'm wearing the fuzziest thing that I own today, can you tell? Yeah, it's cold. Hello everybody, my name is Rachel and welcome to my weekly wrap-up of January 3rd, 2016. It's the first weekly wrap-up of the new year. Yay! I hope that your guys' new year has been good. I have been bumming around doing nothing except for reading, eating, and working on a jigsaw puzzle, and that is the way you are supposed to veg out in my household, so go me, I'm doing it right. I read a lot of stuff at the beginning of this week, like I just plowed through some things and now I gotta tell you about all of that. So the first two things that I read were Planetfall by Emma Nguyen and Radiance by Catherine M. Valente. I read both of these books in like one sitting, like not together, but like I sat down and read almost all of Radiance in one sitting, and I sat down and read almost all of Planetfall in one sitting because they were both really great reads, and I'm going to do separate reviews on both of these books, so that's all I'm going to say about them right now. Planetfall was the last 5-star book I read in 2015, and it was excellent. I love this book so much. So the other stuff that I read the rest of the first trade volume of Descender by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. This one is called 10 Stars. I had previously read the first 4 issues of this as single issues, so I reread the first 4 and also read issues 5 and 6 in this, and I really enjoyed it. I really like this comic. It's a science fiction comic series. This story follows a robot companion boy who is running from people who want to kill him because he is a robot, but his existence may hold the secret to understanding the harvesters. There's been some sort of apocalypse with robots. They're blaming all the robots that were used in their society and they're trying to kill all of them, but when Tim 21 wakes up on this colony planet, his like robotic signature matches that of the harvester, so he's being targeted because he might have answers, but also because he's a robot. The artwork in this series is amazing. It's done in watercolors, so it has such an interesting texture and this softness to it. The colors are brilliant. I just love this soft, muted palette that gets kind of broken by some more vibrant colors, like one of the characters has a very splashy red hair. It's beautiful. Between Lemire's writing and Nguyen's art style, this is really good. Then I read my only disappointment for the week, and that is After the Fall, Before the Fall, During the Fall by Nancy Kress. This is a science fiction dystopia novella or short novel, and it had way too much going on, and it packs all this crazy stuff into it, and it should have been twice as long to explain things and describe things more and play out the story more naturally. It just was weird to me. I just didn't like this very much. Basically, the Earth has been destroyed. Humans, the very few remaining humans, say that these aliens, the Teslas, destroyed the Earth, and that they have rescued only a handful of humans to live in this like egg-shaped enclosure. They've been there for 20, 30 years, and they're trying to bring back the human species, but because of all the radiation and stuff, they can't procreate very well. And then suddenly, after a couple of decades, the aliens put in a machine in their enclosure that lets them go back in time to before the fall. They are allowed to go back in time for 10 minutes and grab whatever they can to bring back to the future, including human babies, because they can't procreate because of radiation. They're just gonna steal people's babies and bring them to the future to grow up and restart the human race. And I just couldn't. One of the main characters who's living after the fall is this teenage boy. He's like 15 or 16 years old, and he is all about having sex with this woman he doesn't actually get to, but he wants to have sex with this woman who is literally old enough to be his mother, and he has a friend who does have sex with her and does impregnate her, and it was just disturbing, and there wasn't a good payoff for why it was so disturbing. I didn't like this very much. Didn't like it very much at all, so yeah, I'm just gonna put that one down. The final thing that I read this week, the last book that I read in 2015 was Son of Suns, the first book in the Virga series by Karl Schroeder. This is a science fiction series, but it feels a little bit like a Western and a little bit steampunky. Virga is a man-made universe inside of our universe. It's like a humongous balloon filled with air, and people live inside of it and they don't go outside of the rest of the universe. Like something has happened to the rest of the universe. It's like, I don't know, like a post-singularity world or something. And all the cities or nations in Virga are like these floating cities that spin. They move around on the air currents, and when they meet or they encroach on each other's territory, they will fight a war and see who has dominance over the other one. Our main character, Hayden, was a citizen of a nation called Aerie that was trying to create its own sun, but it was taken over by Slipstream instead, and Hayden has a grudge against the man, the general, the admiral, excuse me, who he thinks was responsible for the attack that took over Aerie and killed his mother and destroyed her project to create a new sun. And then the admiral's wife, Venera Fanning, I think her name is Venera. That sounds like a terrible name when you say it like that, like it's a disease or something, but she also has a plot to save Slipstream from the people who are going to eventually try to take over that nation. So it's a lot of political jostling and a lot of literal jostling of cities, nations, and airships. It was okay. I thought that the world building ideas were super cool, and I'll keep reading the second book for that reason, but the characters are really flat. I'm sorry, I did not care about Hayden. I thought he was kind of whiny. I just didn't think he was thinking things through very well. He was such a flat character. And Venera is kind of, I think, supposed to be a bad person that you just love reading about. She is not good. She's probably amoral in many ways, including blackmailing her own husband, but she's also doing most of the interesting stuff in the story. I don't really want to read about her that much, but she's gonna be the main character in the second book, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, it was okay. Cool ideas, not great characters. That's everything that I read, so here's what I'm currently reading. I am almost finished with Dark Orbit by Carolyn, Ives, Gilman. This is a science fiction novel that came out in 2015, and I am buddy reading it with Otavio from the Galilean Library. I really like this book. I'm considering doing a review on it because I like it so much. I just love the ideas in it. I love the main character. It's really cool. I am also making very slow progress on Abaddon's Gate by James S. A. Corey, the third book in the Expanse series. I have seen the first 4 episodes of the TV series and I really liked them, so I would like to finish this book this next week. It's got put on the back burner because I was having so much fun reading Planetfall and Radiance and some other things, but I will finish this in the coming week. And like I said, the other book I plan on reading in the next week is Queen of Candesce, the second book in the Virga series, and then at that point I'll decide if I want to continue with this series or not. A quick bit of housekeeping before I wrap this up. I'm going to be participating in a live show on Saturday, January 16th. Thomas from SFF 180 is hosting a best of 2015 live show on his channel, and I will be one of, like, I don't know, a dozen or more people participating in that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to hear all of us talking about our favorite books that we read that were published in 2015, drop on by for that. I believe it's going to be at 1 p.m. Central Time, but I will put that information down below if you would like it. That is really it for me this week, so I hope you're having a really great beginning to your 2016, and I will talk to you guys again later. And until then, bye.